So, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
The idea came because Herod used to be a king and used to do great things, like architecture-wise, like great buildings, streets, and for a big city. But also he was like one of the worst person that ever lived, or as a legend, as he decided to kill all the babies in Jerusalem, and even his own babies, because he thought they could be the Messiah. And when his wife just said no, then he killed his wife also. So it's a big paradox, and maybe that was the start of it, maybe.
The big duality of that man. Everyone knows the bad side, but he's also, as you said, a great architect, and I like those old faces, as we feel. We have also different faces. Absolute Power. Yeah, that's really strange because that's the name of a side project of guys from Napalm, and yeah. Yeah, it was really weird because we knew just after that a guy from Obituary knew that guy who died, so we feel really close of that, and we had a lot of discussion about that, and actually everyone wanted to go there, and the show must go on, and yeah.
It was massive because we were playing in Leipzig when it happened, and Carcass just went on off stage. We went to the dressing room, and then someone said, "Fuck, you've seen the fucking news? This is fucking happening now in Paris," and I guess like half an hour after the end of the show of Carcass, they decided to assault the Bataclan because they were not holding hostage, they were just killing everyone. And then it was a massive discussion for everyone. Everyone was like, it's real terror happening, and it's not like, like when you hit like a big capitalism symbol, it's just here you hit human beings at the roots, which is entertainment, happiness, eating, football, soccer. It's just like the root of happiness. So it's a really strong sign, and as he said, like, first reaction of everyone was like, fuck, the show's gonna be cancelled. They cancel all the show for over a week in Paris, no gathering of people at all, and everyone said, fuck, we want to play. Everyone wants so bad to play, because it means something, and the promoter over there is also, thinking the same. So this is happening, we're gonna play in 3 days. 3 days we're gonna play Paris, so and it's basically on the opposite side of the street of Bataclan. So it's massive. I mean, it means something. Like the symbol is so massive.
Yeah.
I don't think it's changing anything, but it feels so great to express things on stage. Not an optimistic person. I don't think we'll change things from below.
Yeah, for me it's the same. Pretty much, people that are listening to metal stuff, I mean aggressive metal, they need to express something, like violence, disgust or despise for this world, and that's why they go to a show and hear a loud show and be able to, and we're doing the same on stage basically. So the connection is there, but it doesn't mean it's gonna change anything. It just means we can express ourselves in a way and maybe feel a bit better. For us, it's not about producing like a music masterpiece which is produced like hell and which is sounding perfect and I don't know, like surgical or anything. For us, it's just giving out what we have inside, and this is the way we found to do it. And the album or the records doesn't have to be perfect. They have to be expressing the deep down feeling and stuff. It's not about being the best musician on the world or because I'm not, for sure. It's something, yeah, the Agatha Christie book is really meaning, again, this symbol about what humanity is doing, and all the lyrics in a way, even if Pierre chose the name of the record, he chose the name of the songs, and I did wrote the lyrics, but I tried to get inspired by the name of the song he gave, plus the music he did, and it's all about this name, actually, this title of the album. Like, no matter what we're gonna do, human beings, we're gonna self-destruct at the end. Because even if we pretend to be like a community, even when we have like those terror attacks now, everybody feel really, together. At the end, we're gonna fuck it up big time anyway, because that's what fucking humans used to do, like for ages. And yeah. I want to live alone in the mountains with some sheep and yeah.
So again, they
that's
wrote the lyrics.
I guess that's one of the only names that I put myself.
Yeah,
I guess that's the only good call. That's the only songs I wrote the name. For me, it was. I guess it's kind of a private joke between me and me, because I've been working for years with Samael. Maybe you know the band, and since I'm 19, and also on the side I was always close to maybe close to Satanism, but I was never into it. But I understand why. And also it makes me think like, if you believe in Satan, then you believe in God, because it doesn't exist without the other one. So then it was for me, it was just like a thought about was I betraying anyone? Was I trying to belong to someone, and what if I was trying to do the opposite, more or less, and something like this. Oh, so that's your name, so you have to say.
The vultures are mainly everywhere, and that means so many things. The vultures are all the bad sides of humans. I feel it really strong when I know someone. I mainly always be disappointed. And that means something in general, all the bad sides of people.
For me, pretty much every song is about humanity or myself, or I'm doing things or looking at the other one. Like the song called Albert Fish, he put the name on. I was looking on the internet and I was like, okay, so that's
the worst human being ever.
That's the closest to Lucifer you can get. I mean, probably even maybe a bit further actually. And I was like, yeah, so what was in his mind? And the song is basically like, if I was him, what I would think, what would be my day. And yeah, that's a big thought about it.
One of the first review we had when the record was released was Metal Observer. Said we are kind of mix of prog and sludge, which I think it's not the
worst.
It's not the worst, no. It's
progressive sludge. Yeah, makes sense.
Because we have those neurosis thing and this Meshuggah, so it's kind of a mix. And that was exactly what I was listening when I started riffing in Sweden. So Meshuggah, Cult of Luna, all the so yeah.
Good thing might be for me that metal is so big. I mean, you got like what 100 different styles now. It's like if you say you're a pop band or a rock band, what does it mean anyway? But the cool thing on the metal scene is that pretty much everyone is open-minded, and we can tell every night, because first we were really scared playing before those guys. Say, what are we gonna do there? Like even we have a song when I'm singing with a clean voice at the beginning, and we thought we're never gonna play that song live in front of those guys, so we need to be like, you know, pushy and tough, and like 2 or 3 days ago we started to do it because we really felt comfortable to do it, and
it was great.
The audience gave us the sign that, you know, no matter what you're doing, progressive sludge or death metal or grindcore, if they get what they need, you know, they're gonna stay, and that's a cool sign.
We started show with 50 and we ended another in front of 1,000, so we're so lucky.
Yeah.
We reached so many people.
We had really different audience from 50 to 1,000, like you say, because sometimes we play an hour after doors, sometimes the shortest was like 15 minutes after doors, because you know, but I mean that's part of the deal. Fact is that average audience is around 1,000 for this package, and means, you know, it's gonna be better to play in front of 4 bands with 1,000 average than doing like the main support on a tour that goes like 200 average, you know. So and also I'm happy to discover that most of the time people are really coming at the beginning. So all the last time we were having a couple of hundreds people in front of us, which is massive for us.
Yes, of course.
We are tired.
Exhausted.
Exhausting, yeah. But we've been scared at the beginning, and finally they are so nice with us. We met great people, great venue, great audience.
I think for the band itself, the music is like, now it's like fucking concrete between us. I'm so happy for me how it turns out to play, you know, almost 34 shows in a row we're gonna do, like we have like 3 days off more or less. Oops. No problem. But music-wise, it's really cool what's happening to us, and then, you know, living along with those guys every day. I mean, you just seen Snake from Voivod. I mean, he's been doing that for 30 fucking years, and he's the most nicest person on earth. And everybody, I mean, every musician went to us at least once and say, hey, how was the gig tonight? Or, I saw you, it was fucking badass. You know, and they don't need to do it. And if they thought it was shit, they wouldn't do it because they don't need to lie anyway. But they just do because they like music and they are musicians, and that's it. And we like 35 people, family on the road. It's pretty strange. Like, they giving us advice about, you know, how to do something on the day, like to wash your stuff, or well, you know, stupid shit of everyday life. And this is so important because at the end they like you and me, just they've been doing that for so long that they are wise people to us.
It's gonna be a hard transition for sure. We'll sleep for a week. Go to my mom to eat, and go back to the rehearsal room then, because we have plans, like working on the second one, and maybe do less gigs in 2016. And what are you gonna do?
The day after I'm home, I go for like 8 days of job non-stop. So then I'm gonna die for 2 weeks. And yeah, I mean, go back home. For me, I look forward to go back home definitely, because I'm happy home and I miss home. I'm feeling so good here, but it's always the same. You're happy to leave and you're happy to come back.
Sure.
And I'm gonna be so happy. And after 3 days, I'm gonna be like, maybe we could do a show.
Yeah.
So that's why we done actually on the.
We booked a show at Christmas.
Right after
in
Christmas,
Swiss.
we have a show in our
Switzerland.
area just to do it again
Yeah.
one more time. But yeah.
I don't know, the next level. I did basically 10 years to do the first, so maybe do better in 3 years. So a lot of a big challenge for me, because I'm like writing the riffs and then we're working all together. So yeah.
Cool thing is that you found Fabien, the drummer, on your way that helped you a lot, like rebuild those riffs and make like really good songs out of it. And now he's here, and Bertrand, the second guitar player, is now part of it. So everybody's gonna add on his stuff and
give their inputs and
yeah. But definitely the plan is now the second album, and this album is like 1 year and a half old, and we played quite a few gigs and we were not able to rehearse a lot actually. So when we go back, 2016 is going to be mainly composing, rehearsing, maybe a few festivals, but trying to focus, because we need to put out the second effort definitely. If you want to keep up, you know what we build on with this tour. And, yeah.
Thank you very much. I love Slovenia. I've been there, it looks like Switzerland. Quite.
Yeah, happy time. Thank you for taking care of us and allow us to speak our mind.